Hello. Wait, let me set. Okay. Hello. My name is Drew Pierce. Wait, before I start, actually, let me do one thing. Here's my note card. Hello. My name is Drew Pierce, and today I'm going to be talking about social media and the effects on mental health. So let me start you off with this. Imagine waking up and instantly feeling left out. The first thing you do in the morning is you reach for your phone and you start scrolling on social media. This is terrible for you because all you're going to do is just compare yourself to other people, and you're going to see other people's great parts of their lives, and you're going to feel worse about yourself, which is a terrible thing to do to start off the day. So, today I'm here. Let me. Today I'm going to inform you and persuade you about why social media should be regulated and why the mental health risks are bad and linked to social media. So my main points are that social media is bad, we can regulate it, and there's something we can do about it. Okay. Um, First off, so let's talk more about the social media risks. Why is social media so harmful to our health? Um, it is mostly about teen guys and teen girls that are being affected by this because they look at social media so often. And a study reported that 1 in 3 girls said that Instagram makes them feel worse about their bodies, and that's a bad thing. If you are constantly looking at social media, comparing yourself, you're gonna feel worse about yourself, and that's gonna lead to things like depression and just not feeling good about yourself, low confidence. Um, and the thing about social media is that it is meant for engagement. The algorithm in social media is meant so that they'll show you posts that are giving you likes and clicks, but they could be bad for you. They don't care if the posts are bad for your health and what it's really doing to you. They just want to get more views, more clicks. So that's why you're seeing content. And that is one of the biggest issues. So how can we solve this problem? Let me get to this. Okay, how can we solve this problem? The government can be more transparent about their algorithms and what they're doing in the social media algorithms to show us this bad content. Um, the, we can oh we can mandate time limits on screen time so that people aren't on their phones as much, and we can also have age appropriate content so that little kids aren't seeing bad things on Instagram or social media, which is part of the reason why they're having these mental health issues because they're seeing bad things at such a young age. So screen time and age limits will be very beneficial for society and people in general. And you may ask, well, they currently have screen time limits like TikTok and Instagram, but they're very inconsistent because you can just easily bypass them and they don't really do much. So why is less screen time actually gonna make us healthier as well? But most people before they go to bed scroll on social media a lot, which actually affects your sleep. And yeah, that affects your sleep and your mood. Because if your sleep is messed up, that's gonna affect you for the next day, which is all stems from social media, scrolling before bed, which a lot of us do. And so if you have time limits, that's going to help us from doing that. And so what could regulation look like? One thing we can do to move forward for regulation is support legislation such as the Kids Online Safety Act, which is a current legislation just looking out for kids, making sure they're safe on the internet. And another thing that we can do is monitor our own screen time. Just be careful of how much you're scrolling, and even the people around you too. Call them out if they're scrolling too much, because it's bad for you and it's bad for your mental health, and studies have shown that. So, um, thank you for listening to my speech. Social media is bad. It needs to be regulated by the government, and that's all I have for you. Thank you.
That was good. Dude, I love the controller thing. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay, let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, can we see the screen? Good? Okay. So I don't have note cards. I tried memorizing all of this, so let's see how I do. So Islamophobia is the last acceptance form of bigotry. So imagine fearing for your life, right? Not because you broke the law or hurt anybody, but because of how you pray, what you wear, or the name that was given to you at birth. This is the reality of not just Muslims, but for people of many faiths, such as Christians, Jews, Hindus, or Sikhs, who are misjudged and mistreated for simply believing in higher power. Now, as a first generation Afghan American and a practicing Muslim, I have seen and experienced this kind of discrimination. But I also believe we can change it. So today, I will be talking about why Islamophobia is still widely accepted in our society, why that's dangerous for everyone, and what we can do about it together. I'll first show you the reality of the problem, then a solution, and what the future could look like, and finally, how you can make a difference. So Islamophobia is more than just ignorance. It's discrimination, it's fear, and it's violence. According to the FBI 2022 hate crime report, over 500 anti-Muslim hate crimes were reported in a single year, even though Muslims make up about just 1% of the US population. A study published in the Journal of Adolescent Research found that about 42 to 43% of Muslim youth reported discrimination at school or work. And in the media, Muslims are constantly portrayed as threats. That is not fair. It's dangerous. According to the Journal of Communication Inquiry, this type of negative media framing feeds people and feeds the public fear and encourages policy bias. And here's the thing, it doesn't stop with Muslims. Hindus, Sikhs, Jews, and even Christians are from certain community have also been mistaken, misjudged, and targeted. If you were to look at this photo over here that I've shown in this slide, there's no difference between a Christian or a female nun or a Muslim and a female Muslim. They're all the same. They look very similar. So we need a real solution, right? And it starts with national policy. First, we must improve how hate crimes are tracked. The U.S. Commission on Civil Rights say that many hate crimes, especially those targeting Muslims and other religious minorities, are underreported. Expanding departments of justice reporting programs would help us better understand and address this issue. Second, we need nationwide education campaigns. For example, in the UK, public campaigns have helped reduce Islamophobia significantly. Their success shows that when people are educated about religious diversity, fear and hate starts to fade. We can model something similar here. If it's possible over there, it is possible here. And these aren't just ideas, they're achievable steps. So now let's imagine what happens if we actually make these changes. You know, a Muslim woman can wear her hijab without fearing stares or threats. A Sikh man can walk into a store without being profiled. A Jewish man could just walk, and practice their faith freely. A Pew Research study in 2023 showed that when schools included religious diversity in their curriculum, students' bias dropped by over 30%. But if we stay silent, we risk more tragedies. In the 2017 Cubic mosque shooting and the Pittsburgh synagogue attack in 2018 were not isolated. They were not incidents. They were consequences of unchecked hate. We can't afford to look away. So what can you do about it? First thing, you could support federal bills like the No Hate Act, which provides funding to improve hate crimes, reporting victim support programs. Second, on a personal level, you can speak up. If you hear someone make a stereotype, question it. If you see someone being mistreated for how they look or what they believe in, don't just watch, say something. Because silence is what makes hate grow. So we have looked at how Islamophobia and other forms of religious discrimination are harming communities across the country. We've explored solutions through policy and education. We imagine the future where people of all faiths feel safe. And we talked about how each of us can take part in building that future. Islamophobia is the last accepted form of bigotry. And that's not just a Muslim problem, it is an American problem. Whether you believe in God, Yahya, Vishnu, or whatever, or nothing at all, you deserve peace, you deserve dignity, and you deserve to walk through the world without fear. Let be this generation make that possible. Thank you.
Great job. All right. I think we should be good now.
Yes, let me stop recording real quick. Okay, we're good. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Okay. Did you record, by the way, Drew?
Yeah, but just in case, could you maybe email me the
Yeah.
video?
I don't know how to stop. Okay, there you go. I just found it. Stop.